Terrible news for Cassie today. She's dodging the exact same accountability she demanded for Diddy. This fake ass victim advocate is nowhere when it's time for the other victims to get justice. Cause that shit will cost her whole $30 million settlement and probably her freedom. So she's running, hiding, dodging her own accountability like a coward. Cassie is getting sued right now by this dude Clayton Howard, one of the guys Diddy hired to join their nasty little night party with her. Court was like, why the hell ain't this chick showing up? So she had to spill the tea. Cassie straight up told them, I fled the United States, bro. She lives outside the US now. She ain't moving back. She's done with America forever. Never stepping foot back on this soil again. Not even for a visit. Yo, dog, Cassie straight up told the court, if this lawsuit's still going, even though I bounced from the States, can we move this shit to New York so my lawyers can show up easy? Cause y'all ain't never seeing me again. I'm not coming back. Sorry, not sorry. She literally said it. No intentions of ever stepping foot back. My lawyers can handle court. I'm good. But nah, dog. I think that's all cap. Just a sneaky ass stall tactic so she can collect that fat $10 million hotel settlement first. She really out here playing games. Fuck is this? Cassie still got that fat $10 million settlement coming from the Intercontinental Hotel because they had the footage of Diddy straight whooping her ass. They sold that shit to Diddy for a measly $250,000. Never released it and played games hiding the evidence like co-conspirators. Now that money's still in transit, so if this lawsuit hits her with a default judgment, that dude Clayton can snatch her bag before she even touches it. That's why she's stalling hard overseas, hiding that money in foreign accounts so nobody gets a dime. She basically admitted that's the whole plan. Nah, dawg. Cassie wasn't no victim. She was Diddy's co-conspirator the whole time. Yeah, he did some foul shit to her, but she was knee-deep in the mess too. Cassie was the one transporting all them male gigolos to the freak-offs. She paid for their rides and everything. All the witnesses testified. She was handing out cash using her own debit card on that male gigolo site. She guilty of the exact same trafficking and sex work transport shit Diddy went down for. So yeah, she making the smart move getting the fuck out of Dodge, leaving the country so they cannot prosecute her. Cause she 100% losing these lawsuits. She victimized these dudes heavy. Now one of them came forward like, Cassie straight up raped me. Removed the condom, shoved this big grizzly stick back in raw without consent, stealthing that shit, gave him drugs, passed STDs, all kinds of non-consensual wild shit. Bro said if Cassie a victim, then I'm a victim too. I need my paper. She knows it, that's why she dipped. Now the dude suing her just clapped back at her fleeing to dodge all accountability civilly and criminally. Dog, this mess is insane.
Hello, I'm Clayton Howard. I am the plaintiff suing Diddy and Cassie for on these freak-offs that happened all these years ago with the male escorts and all of this stupidness that you now see all over social media. So for the last couple of months, audience, I've been quiet. I'm a law student. I'm not a professional prostitute. I'm not a male escort. All of that is being constantly circulated by the media has something to do with something that occurred in my past over 10 years ago. However, people need things to watch too, especially people who don't like to read and who are ignorant. So you guys who are social media junkies tend to listen to what all of the lying idiots who are racist and biased put whatever before your face simply to try to create stories and narratives to push agendas that may be in the minds or in the overall goal of people who are utilizing these social media outlets. People, I believe Cassie and her legal team have created a dedicated campaign to try to discredit me, stalk me, harass me, whatever it might be. Cassie has filed a motion to dismiss. But audience, Cassie has not disputed any of my allegations. Her motion to dismiss attacks me on timeliness of the allegations, stating that, oh, because it happened X amount of years ago, now it's too late to charge her or seek action against it.
The biggest mistake Diddy ever made was paying Cassie that bag. He still got locked up, still went to jail. His whole reputation is trash, and all his dirty secrets are out there anyway. Now, if Cassie and her lawyers try pulling that statute of limitations bullshit on Clayton's lawsuit because it's from 2016, nah, dog, this is wild as fuck. Cassie sued Diddy for the exact same freak-off shit from 2016. Trafficking, abuse, all that. And Clayton suing her for doing the exact same foul shit to him in the exact same events. Bro was one of the dudes she was forcing into it while Diddy watched. She was drugging people, making them smash. Same timeline, same mess. So how the fuck can her team say with a straight face, we deserve $20 million, but Clayton gets nothing because of the statute? They knew it was past the limit, but still filed that bullshit to scare and extort Diddy out of his money. That's straight up textbook extortion, dog. I don't think no judge is letting her slide that easy. She gotta hold herself accountable. Look, Diddy was a straight monster, and what he did to her was terrible. But what Cassie did to Clayton was fucking terrible too. She's a monster as well, bro.
Her motion to dismiss tries to use a text message sent by me to her husband, trying to respect her marriage and not blow her up for the cum dumpster she actually is. Now, audience, I'm going to state something for a fact because Clayton Howard is no liar. I most certainly sent that text message to Alex Fine, and it wasn't because Cassandra Ventura is a truthful woman. It was because Alex Fine, being a man who simply was in love with a woman, he had no knowledge of the truth of what really happened with Cassie because he wasn't in those rooms. So out of respect for this guy, I didn't contact him and say, yo, your wife is a cum-catching, cum-dumpster, a liar. I tried to contact him with a velvet glove, hoping that contacting him favorably would allow Cassandra to reach out to me to explain to me the things that I was hearing in the media. Because, audience, I knew she was lying from the beginning of when I first heard the media reports. Now, audience, you should know something that's really very valid, that the Wigdor law firm seemed to leave out of their arguing that I'm trying to go after Cassie's money. People, I was directed to the U.S. Attorney's Office by the Wigdor law firm. Wigdor sent me to the U.S. Attorney's Office because he knew that Clayton Howard was the guy and that I could verify everything Cassie said. What he was hoping on is that racism and bias in the use of domestic violence would make my voice and my allegations, I want to say, non-prosecutable. He was hoping that he would be able to work with the corruption of the U.S. Attorney's Office to protect Cassie, even though everyone knows at this point that Cassie is lying.
Cassie and her lawyers ran to the U.S. Attorney's Office calling Clayton Howard one of Diddy's victims. They thought he'd just ride with whatever story they fed against Diddy. But nah, Clayton flipped the script. Cassie the one who transported me, paid me. We was texting outside of Diddy. She gave me STDs and straight up stealthed me. Took the condom off. So they ghosted him and didn't call him to testify because they didn't want that bombshell dropping on the stand. Now this dude wants to be treated like a victim and get his compensation. Suddenly it's he just trying to get Cassie's money. You enjoyed that whole $20 million bag from the same exact freak off bullshit. You can't have your cake and eat it too, dog. If you a victim and a monster, then pay that man his share. Give him 10, keep 10, whatever. But nah, she overseas right now, stuffing that money in offshore accounts trying to hide it. This woman is straight dangerous, bruh.
So, people, what happened is the U.S. Attorney's Office leaned on the attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, and this is why myself and Edmund Laurent action was not filed against Cassie. Because the U.S. Attorney's Office leaned on Tyrone Blackburn not to sue Cassie until after the Diddy trial, which made the allegations of the true victims of the Diddy freak-offs and the sex trafficking conspiracy of Cassie, Daphne Joy, and Sean Combs, which made those victims, how do I say this correctly, which denied those victims justice. The real victims, the men who were manipulated by Jane Doe, by Cassandra Ventura, the dozens of men who this happened to for years. Many people might want to say that the men aren't victims because the men were paid. People, you have prostituting women every day who say that the men who have been flying them around the country, sex traffic and abuse them, they go to court and they destroy these men's lives. What's the difference with a man who's saying the same thing about a woman who actually testified during a criminal trial to do it? Audience, Cassie admitted to sex trafficking me. Cassie admitted to lying on me. Cassie admitted to creating an environment that was completely deceptive of the truth of the narrative that what was going on, at least to me. People, by all legal terminology, that's coercion. If she wasn't willing to tell me who she really was and what was going on, people, she was lying to me. She hid her identity for multiple years for the sole purpose of lying to me and convincing me that herself and Sean Combs were husband and wife.
Yo, dog, sound like a victim to me. Sound like a whole new charge to me. This brother Clayton out here speaking that proper white man language. Coercion, stealthing, manipulation, trafficking, all that. Oh, he a crook, straight con artist. But I love this brother though. Get your bag, bro. Get that man a bag. In court acting like smashing prime Cassie was the worst thing ever. They coerced me. I wouldn't have done it. It was trafficking. Dog, how? Nah, fuck that. Get your money, king. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about this wild shit. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you want more videos like this. Until then, stay tuned.